Mate, I waited for you to go into the bus stop. I don't know what more I can do. Like, finishing my race. Shut up. Guys, in life, there are things that are certain. Death, taxes, and multi-class racers having a go at each other on voice chat, whether it be sim racing or just in real life. Because, yes, as you saw at the start of this video, we had a little to do with an LMP2 driver, as we are in the LMDH, the fastest class car in IMSA series. And, well, it made me get to some thinking, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts and comments on this afterwards. So let's roll. We started from the back of the grid, 16th out of 17 LMDH cars, and well, first few laps were quite eventful to say the least. It wasn't long until we got to said incident, so let's head into it. Remember to like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and be sure to stick around to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Right, here we go, guys. IMSA race, LMDH at Spa in the caddy.
Be ready, we're
The
about to go green.
beast. Starting from the back, let's see what we can do. 45 minutes. Pretty stacked field, LMP2s and GT3s as well.
Car right, looks like P6 has gone off in La Source.
Oh.
To your right, left side. Hold your line. He's still there. He's still there.
Oh, he's
Clear
lifted
left.
up. Had to lift off as well. This BMW's got a bit of a run.
Great start, well done. Yellow flag, caution.
This caddy's slow in front. Not the one directly in front, the other one. Oh, someone's off.
Turn
Don't do it, don't do it! Picked up 3 freebies there. 2 guys off at the right hand side. This beamer's slow. Oh, another one's gone. Oh, fuck. I did just say this beamer's slow.
Left side. Clear left.
Thought I'd try it. Left him plenty of room.
10th position.
Wow, 6 places gained on the first lap there. I'll take it. Careful with this guy behind. Try and avoid off tracks as well. braking a bit early into that right-hander.
Car left. Clear left. Car left.
Wow, 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 wow. He
Clear
just
left.
turned in like I
Great
weren't
move.
there.
Keep it up. The leader has just done a 159.9.
Wow. 0x there. Jesus.
59. Car left. Clear left. On your left. Clear left.
No comment. No comment. Just hope we ain't got no damage from that. Just side by side. Honestly.
We think your pit window for refuel will open after 14 minutes. Closes after 33 minutes. Left side. He's still there. Clear left.
This is all a bit tight.
Joke again.
Honestly. Compose ourselves. You can argue that was my fault, but Jesus Christ. Some of the places these lads are braking and turning in.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 1.9.
We've got understeer. I can deal with understeer. Just top end speed I hope we don't suffer with. That's really what you need round Spa. So unfortunately it turned out that we did have quite severe damage. Top speed was affected and I waited until the pit window was open, pitted on that first lap, and it turned out we had over 1.5 minutes repairs. So that did restore the car back to full working order, brand new tyres, and we were still on the lead lap once everyone had made their pit stops, just trying to pump in the laps and hopefully some positions would come back to us. It's happened before, and as we come across a bunch of LMP2 cars who were fighting quite hard, and well, you can guess what happened next.
Car left. Clear left. Clear right.
Good racing, dude.
Car left. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left. Keep it up. We're looking good here. P4. Sector 2
Scott,
is.
I'm not down. What are you doing? You have literally nothing to gain and you're ruining
Slower
the
car
car.
ahead. We're racing this guy for position. Don't expect a blue flag.
I'm entitled to finish my race, buddy. Just because you're in the middle of a race yourself. I don't really know what you're getting on at.
Car right.
It's not,
Right side's clear.
it's not that, okay, the rules say, technically say, you know, it's not allowed. They don't say it's not allowed. It's just driver's advocate.
Mate, I waited for you to go into the bus stop. I don't know what more I can do. Like, finishing my race. Shut up. It's quite an eventful race there. Well, first few laps were anyway, until we picked up that damage, which just killed our race. Took a pit stop and just, yeah, too long of a repairs to really try and get a result. But we hung in there, as is always the case with multi-class races and with the distance of these races as well, of how long they go on for. Sometimes you stay in it and you can pick up a decent result by not even seeing anyone of your own class on track, and that's what I was hoping for. But obviously, said individual in the LMP2 car thought differently, and I thought we'd have a look back to see if there is anything that I did untoward here, anything that might have miffed this guy. So here we are approaching the 3 LMP2 cars who are in their current battle. And thought we'd, have a look at exactly what happens. So overtake the first LMP2, no issues whatsoever. And then we come up on the blue LMP2, who of course had issues with us. So was thinking about an overtake, but I pulled out of it. He's held middle of the road. Very, very close, I'll admit, of touching the rear of his car into the chicane. A bit too close for comfort. And then I know the LMP2 has quite good straight line speed compared to the MDH. There's not too much of an advantage. And thought I'd make a clean overtake into the first corner. I don't see anything wrong with that personally. Let's rewind it back though and just have a look, because I'd like you guys to have a look at my throttle inputs as we slow it down here as well. So at this moment in time, normally I would be thinking, am I going to be overtaking this LMP2 round the outside or on the inside? Because technically the racing line is moving over to the outside here, but you stay to the inside to cover as little track as possible, as we know on this curve. So you have to determine, okay, what is this LMP2 going to do? Now I'm in a position in this race where I don't need to do anything stupid. I'm not really anywhere near anyone ahead of me, and I don't want to get involved in these guys' races. I want to make it as easy as possible so that I just don't get in the way. And as we slow it down, well, I'm thinking at this point I don't want to go round the outside of this guy because that's more awkward for him and awkward for me as well. So I'm going to lift off quite considerably early. I should be braking around on the white line. And that's what I do. And I start applying the brake just a little bit so that I stay behind him. Now, what's kind of made me roll my eyes a bit was that he decided to hold the middle of the track. He's not exactly holding the inside line. He's holding the middle of the track, which, if I was going for an overtaking move, is not good anyway, because to me that's being unpredictable. If I was in a rush, if I did want to get around this LMP2, I'd be thinking, what the hell are you doing? I don't know which way you're going, and there's more likely to be an accident. When you're the slower class car, you need to be predictable. You need to show which way you're going to go. It's only because I've held off here that I'm not too fussed. Now, I'm applying brake, and I will admit, slightly misjudged this. Quite fortunate that I didn't go into the back of him. Maybe he broke a little bit early as well. I don't know, because he was coming from the middle of the circuit, although he does hit his apex pretty well. I'm going to say that's more on me, to be honest. Well, I'm already applying brake. It's not the approaching speed that I would normally be at. And no contact was made, and we carried on. I don't see what the issue is there. He quite clearly did not want me to overtake him from the get-go. And he didn't want anything to interrupt his race. I get that. You don't ever want anyone to come in the way of your race, especially when you're in a faster class car as well. When you come across a car who's at the back, is lap down, happens all the time, just trudging around the back on their own. But you know what? And this is where we get to our topic of conversation here. I think, as I said, I am totally within my right to be able to continue on in this race. I wasn't multiple laps down. Even if I was multiple laps down, I still think you're entitled to finish your race. There is no rule that states that you should just give up. He said I was getting in the way of his race. Well, I'm also in my own race. Just like there is in every multi-class race, there are 3 individual races happening at the same time. They have as much right to be on that circuit and as much right to be racing as you, and you have to, in an ideal world, make sure that you leave room and that everyone's races are able to continue on. Doesn't always happen that way, but I don't think I did anything wrong. And likewise, this gentleman here in front, as you'll be able to see from my throttle inputs, I lifted off. I wasn't going to send it down side by side on the inside of Eau Rouge. What do I gain from that? I just only gang pissing off another individual, but probably for the right reason instead of the wrong reason. And said individual was close behind and was fine and not affected by this. If anything, he got my toe. So intriguing, to say the least. I think I was quite well versed in what I replied back to him. And look, if I was being an inconsiderate driver, if I had a severely damaged car, I would not still be in this race. But I had a car that was back to full working order. I set one of the fastest laps of the session. I was lapping on the pace of the leaders when I wasn't in traffic. And yeah, if you act accordingly like that and you're at the back of the pack, it turns out you've had an early incident, you've had to pit, or you're just quite a considerable amount of time down on everyone else around you, you can still finish your race. And I've had plenty of races where I've stayed in it and I've ended up, there's been a big massive incident ahead of me and I've picked up 3 or 4 positions by the time the race is finished. That's what I was hoping for, and yeah, that's what I always try to be. But I'm intrigued what your thoughts are, guys. Should you retire the car if you're a lap down or if you're multiple laps down on someone ahead? I get there's a point of where thinking about your fellow drivers, competitors, if you're in a damaged car and you're completely down on top speed and you're not able to make your way around the track in a safe manner, I get that, but not when I'm on the lead lap. I only actually got lapped right at the very end on the finish line where I pulled over because I didn't want to do another lap. But that's not too bad considering I had to take over 1.5 minutes worth of repair to get this car back to full working order. But I'm intrigued to hear what everyone's thoughts are. Do you think I was right? Do you think I was wrong and that individual was right? It's multi-class racing. You don't get I don't think you've really truly experienced the full experience of multi-class racing if you haven't had a to-do or had some choice words from slower class cars or faster class cars, depending on which class you're racing in, at some point or another. Because yeah, it's all fun and games. Everyone thinks they're right, and with no live stewards, that tends to be the case. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm intrigued to hear what you think. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.